Welcome, friends, to the first issue of the Del Anima campaign setting. This is a gothic fantasy that will be done in the 3.5 style of D&D with a considerable amount of homebrew. Before I get going any further, let's go ahead and introduce our players. They'll be heard from off camera. We're going to go round table here.
Hello, group. My name is Stonefist, and I'm a Beastman character. I have inner conflict whether I want to become human or not. This is part of my goal and my quest to perhaps become human instead of beast. He has conflict between the two. He also has a tiger persona, so he's going to have tiger abilities. And he's also a professional wrestler. So, next.
Yes, I am playing Fractus, a very disillusioned gargoyle whose story will actually play out in front of us momentarily.
Hi, I am Squishy. I play Rosa Voltos Tomo Volta. I play vampire, royalty, and we will find out later on what all will the story will entail.
I'm Belle Dandy. I play Kori, who's dead. And she's trying to figure out why she's back and why she sees these weird little lights in the distance.
I am Zeke the Geek. I will be your humble narrator and DM. Without further ado, let's get into our initial cutscenes. Only two remained at the end of a long and brutal campaign. The bodies of their brothers lined the sands behind, but for these two, the only path was forward. Matsuno Maza, ordained knight of the Order of the Second Chance, turned to Fractus, his brother in stone. "This is it. This is the vampire's nest. Whatever happens, I'm glad you're here with me." As if on cue, the sands became alive, or should I say, undead, with a host of vampire vermin. There they are, and there they will stay. Make them suffer. The ground sprung with a stone Oedipus, which pinned Fractus in place, preventing his movement as the vampires swarmed in. Bit by bit, they chipped at his stone, chipped at his wings until they were no more, until at last his stone frame hung within the Oedipus, motionless. He could but watch as the paladin, his brother in arms, was taken away. Rosza was a proud vampire mage. Strong, powerful. Her path was clear, the path of blood magic. She had but one weakness, and it had remained in the cell. A human prisoner. At first he had been a curiosity, but as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, she had fallen in love with this frail thing. She knew the vampire's plans. She knew many things. Among those was that the prisoner was not long for this world. Not much longer, anyway. And so she made a fateful decision out of love. She entered the cell, looked down to him, as she had done many days before, offered food to him, as she had done many days before. But as he felt a claw strike at his bindings, setting him free, he realized she had done something she hadn't done any other day. He began to speak, to protest for her welfare, but she shushed him. She knew that if they were going to escape, they must do it now, must do it quietly. As if on cue, they heard a hollow laughter in the distance, and a figure walking up the stairs. What dream is this? You've taken a pet. How very ignoble of you. The vampire baron stepped between her and the paladin. A punishment is in order. Unfortunately, we cannot take it out of your hide. We'll need that to accomplish our goals. So I will strike you in another way. With no further word, he reached back, and a claw pierced the paladin's chest, dropping him instantly. Yes, I believe that will do it. However, as if on cue, something happened that the vampire baron had not counted on. The sound of armor clinking up the stairs, the sound of angry shouts. The feeling of crossbow bolts lined with holy energy, piercing through his hide, dropping him instantly. The sound of her vampire brethren being slain all around. She was a proud vampire mage, and so knew many things. Among those, she knew the inner workings of the Order of the Second Chance. That they were dedicated to rehabilitating monsters like her. And so, when the knights approached, she dropped to her knees and surrendered. The first vampire to do so in the entire history of the human-vampire war. Rosza would be offered a second chance. As the company marched onward into the Beastlands beyond, they encountered many things, but perhaps the most interesting by far, a tiger-like beastman that had come across the way. One of the knights approached him. I know you. You are the tiger they call Stonefist, is this correct?
Yes.
Stonefist of the Beastlands. I speak as a representative of the Order of the Second Chance. Our diviners have sought you across these barren lands. We believe, indeed have been prophesied, that you will be of aid to our cause. Therefore we deputize you in the name of our order. do you accept?
Yes.
Come with us. Alrighty. So, Fractus, he's over here. Yes, alright. Whew. It was here within the confines of the Doors of Altrove, the cathedral built around a permanent doorway to the land of the dead, that our heroes would meet. They were addressed by Mantis, leader apparent of the Eyes of the Dead. Welcome, and I thank you for making this journey. It is not likely that I do ask you to the quest at hand, but ask I must, for our diviners have foreseen that each of you has a part to play in the events that will unfold. Fractus, seeking redemption, you will find your way. This is your ward now. I introduce Kori, a spirit that manifested to us through the gate some months ago, aimless apparently, until she began to see the lights in the distance. She did not know why, but our diviners believe that these lights belong to the souls of those who must pass on and cannot pass on. You will aid her in finding these lights and helping them to their final reward. Rosza Bathos Tumbavota, of Clan Tumbavota. You are indeed the first vampire in the history of our war to turn sides. I wish to believe, in good faith, that you mean these words, but rest assured, should you fall prey to the weakness of your race, should you prey upon our own, your destiny will end then and there. Stonefist, of the Wilds. We know not exactly which part you will play in the events to come, only that you have been seen in the company of these adventures for all future events. Therefore, we must ask you to journey with them. I understand from our paladins that you seek a way to return to your previous form, that of a human. I give you my word, as the leader of the Eyes of the Dead, that if you will do this for us, we will put our diviners to task, seeking an answer to your riddle. As you have among you no healers, we have asked one final member to join your party. Mondoretto de Luci comes from the village of Aero to the east. He is both abjurer and faithful cleric of Ilah Free, and seeks to combine the two. It is his wish to join you and aid you as the medic in your cause. Mondoretto de Luci clasps his hands and bows to the party. Thank you for accepting me into your ranks. I hope to be of useful. With that said, the lights that has most recently been seen appears to be hovering over the farming town of Kalliergo to the south. That is where you will go. Good luck to you. Report back as soon as you have your Kori, so to speak, in bag. All right. The players are assembled. As you can see, there are not only the three most prominent members of the Eyes of the Dead, but also a number of knights and gargoyles. We'll begin with Fractus. What are you doing?
I walk over to our, my new ward. So, you're seeing lights in the distance, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no sense hanging around here. We need to get going then.
Alright, let's get our shit and go.
All right. Stonefist, what are you up to at this point?
Stonefist agrees, and let's get it going.
And Rosza.
I nod and turn to the door and walk out.
All right. As Fractus passes by, a strong hand reaches out to bar his path. He looks up to see one of the gargoyles. He recognizes him as Vindictus, one of the more exuberant members of the order. You're looking smaller, brother.
Vampires can do a number on anybody, including us.
So it appears. The diviners believe you may yet be of use to us. I'll believe it when I see it. Good luck, little brother. He stepped aside and let him pass.
Jackass.
All right. And now we are getting out on the wide, wide world. Oh, one more thing before we go. All right. You are now in the city of Anima. Is there anything you want to do before you go out?
Stonefist would like to move his chair.
Move your chair.
I can't see anything.
Just move stuff as you need to.
I'd kind of like to move over that angle.
Sure, sure.
The gods are throwing chairs at us. Our mission is already doomed.
They've given us the chair. Okay. Are we peddling our wares off into the wild, or do we want to stop anywhere on the way?
Peace out, bitches.
If there are no objections.
Nope.
All right. And bear with me, folks, as I'm adjusting the camera angles here. I'm looking at this from two different places. So one of them is what the players are seeing, which is a little sideways, and then what you guys are seeing, I'm seeing from my laptop. We're actually patched in here through a HDMI cord. This world, of course, was built within Minecraft, by the way. This took us about, a year and 2 months, I'd say.
Roughly.
All right. Going out into the farmlands beyond, you do see several people working within their farms. At the first farm, there are actually a number of people. You see a little girl running around catching butterflies. A woman mixing a cake, or what appears to be a cake, on the porch. And an older couple inside. At the farm immediately across the way, an old man is wandering up the drive. He uses a cane to get around. Passing on still further. Oh wow. I think I actually went just a little bit past there. There we are. Okay. At the next farm, there is a small lake. A young teenager appears to be checking it as if examining the water. At the farm across the way, another couple, roughly in their 30s, appears to be arguing about something, but you can't quite make it out. Does anybody listen in?
Sure, I'm nosy.
All right. Make a listen check. If you do not have listen as a skill, that will be a wisdom skill check.
I did, yay. I can see straight.
That is an 11.
So that gives me a 16. What do I hear?
All right, 1 second. You'll hear a lot of shuffling as we're getting NPCs in and out. We've got hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
Yeah, we need it done.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 1 second. There's one. There we are. All right. What you hear? He's your father, of course you'd care. He's your father too by marriage, and we're gonna have to take care of the store sooner or later. If I have my way, the whole thing will be raised. All right.
Cookie,
What is he doing?
get down.
Kitty interference.
Ah, yes. Feline intervention.
Son, Cookie. I'm gonna have to get through you. We'll have to get onto a kitty.
Is he on the table?
Nope, he's on the seat.
You see nothing at the next particular farm. At the one across the way, there is a man tending to his sheep. And Goku says hi to the chat. At the next farm, you can hear the soft hum of organ music coming from the house. At the one across the way, ironically, as aided by our cat Goku, you hear the sounds of animals.
Moo.
It's like we went down into one of the houses there. Like I said, still working this out. At one of the final farms before the town ahead, you see a woman working the fields by herself. Near the house, you see a man sat on the porch. There is a stack of logs nearby him, and on his lap, an axe. He looks distantly into the horizon, as if troubled. You see nothing at the farm across the way. Typical farms. All right. Just past that, there is a river that eventually will lead you to Silver Lake. Crossing that, a bridge, and just beyond, the frontier town of Kalliergo. Walking in, you see several stores. Immediately on your left, Ulysses' General Store. Across from that, Spirits. Just down from there, Meats and Sweets. Across the way, the Trading Post. Just beyond that, Blondie's, from which you can definitely hear the sounds of piano music playing. Across from there, Eleanor's Bookstore. And at the very back, what appears to be a church. Somewhere to the left, just a little ways over, you can make out a stable. All right. Oops. All right. Based upon our marching order, I believe Rosza was the first out. Fractus was the last due to jerk-ass interference. The others will be somewhere between. All right. Well, my friends, you're in town. What are we doing?
I want to go to the bar.
So, if we consume alcohol, how does that affect us? Does that enhance any abilities or what?
Mechanically speaking, you'll have to wait and see. One would assume by now that your character probably has drunk before, and it has the usual effects you would expect.
Wish I could enhance things.
It certainly makes you feel stronger. But whether it mechanically works or not, you'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, okay.
So, since my character can't drink human blood, she's going to have to find a substitution pretty damn quickly. So she's going to go find, I'm guessing, meats and no,
interesting.
No, she's not going to go find meats and sweets. She's going to find a barn.
A barn. You've passed several on your way, as it turns out. Okay, so you're looking to perhaps feed on livestock.
Yes.
That could be interesting.
Remember,
How very Louis of you.
That is very interesting. Okay, so first things first, let's have you roll a spellcraft check. This is something that within the magic of your people would possibly be known to you. First roll of the game.
The second roll of the game.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I had the first roll.
That's right.
13
to
I'm the leader. I say
15.
when we go.
13 total.
15.
15. Okay. With a 15 spellcraft check, I'm going to roll that you know that yes, absolutely, animal blood will sustain you. It is not generally done because the vampires look upon it as unclean, in much the same way that a human might disdain drinking dirty water. But yes, in a pinch, it will do. Beyond that, do you have any knowledge skills? Okay. Do we have any gather information?
I do.
No problem. Okay. Well, do you choose to go and feed upon livestock?
At night.
Okay, so you will wait until night. Good to know. All right. So for now, you're hanging out with the party. All right. Belle Dandy, you said that you would like for Kori to go down to the bar.
Well, yeah. What do I see around this town?
Around this town? Good question. We're going to zoom out just a little bit here.
No. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you asking about the light?
Yes.
Okay. So, you can clearly make out that the light is somewhere over the farms. It is not very clear which farm it is over, but it does appear to be over the farms to the
So-
north of you.
I need to possibly go back outside.
Potentially.
But the bar is most likely where I'm going to run into the most amount of people.
That would be reasonable.
So let's go to the bar.
Okay. Does anybody else have any objections, other plans? No? Okay. Then let's...
Well, how do you expect to pay for it?
Pay for what? I'm just
Well-
going to sit there and look pretty
Oh. Alright.
and ask questions. I don't have to eat or anything. I'm dead.
Oh my.
I'm a rock, but you don't see me bragging about it.
Yeah, well, that's not really my problem.
All right. As we are going in, we're going to switch to an internal map. This, by the way, is the sculptor's map. You will see a lot of this as we do scene changes. My little way of quickly getting us around places. Alrighty.
This is why I took a year to make this one.
Yeah, it is definitely.
I'm on it.
And we have noise interference.
Sorry, my bad.
Alrighty. Let me pull up. Alright. Bear with, I will be loading the NPCs in here.
Brian's you ready?
Alright.
What are you doing, Jessica?
Just about there. Okay. All right. All right. You enter Blondie's. The first thing you're immediately drawn to is the colorful nature of the staff. Well, most of them anyway. While certainly the waitresses appear to be human, the bartender is in fact a gargoyle. Meanwhile, the piano that you were hearing the music from is being played by a ghost. In one corner, you hear two men talking. You can clearly hear their conversation. Still feeding that prize pig? He's my pride and joy, but I know if anything ever happens, you'll be the first one I'll see. Well, I am the vet, so that is to be expected. As one of the waitresses, a young teen, walks by, she winks at a gentleman in fine clothes with pink hair. He, on the other hand, appears to be rolling his eyes at another woman who, while dressed like a waitress, is a little bit older. She shakes her head and walks over to the bar. Customers, Fermento? The gargoyle smiles at Fractus in particular. Yes, indeed. All right, what are we doing? Going round table, starting with Fractus.
Well, I don't see what your plan is here, Ghosty.
I don't know what my plan is either.
Oh, great, so we're that screwed, aren't we?
Shut your face. I'll figure it out. I don't know. They said follow the lights.
Is this where the light took you?
Well, it's sort of out of town, but this is where the people will be, so this is where I'm going to gather the most information.
Makes sense.
So, find something to, I don't know, chew on? Drink? Break? I'm going to go ask the ghost at the bar if she's seen anything. Or the ghost at the piano and see if she's seen anything.
All right, so that is where you're headed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You walk over to the ghostly piano player. Welcome, spirit. What brings you this way?
Well, have you seen anything weird around here? I mean, besides the normal weird. I mean, any strange lights anywhere?
Well, no, but I have heard of a thing or two. Roll a gather information real quick.
Yeah, I know what happened.
Oh.
Suck. Oh, but I've got a 7, so that's an 11.
11. Okay, so basic information. Generally speaking, these folks are farmers and merchants. That's what we do. Our main purpose here is a stop on the way for people like you on their way to somewhere else.
Funny thing is, here is my stop. Until
Why
I can-
here?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. You know, we have to have unfinished business, yada yada yada.
Yes.
So apparently my unfinished business has something to do with weird lights. I see weird lights. You don't happen to see anything like that, do you? I'll take that as a no.
Not exactly. The only thing that I've seen that even comes close to what you're talking about, I didn't see. But Faraway Cavallo over at the stable said that he saw something light up running across the field the other night. He's been talking about it ever since. I think he's honestly been out in the fields without his hat on too long.
I guess I better go talk to him. Thanks for the information. By the way, great playing.
Thank you. Incidentally, one goes to another. My name is Cleadia. That's about what I know.
Well,
If you happen to find anything else related to that name in your travels, you'll think of me?
Sure. They named me Kori, because I didn't remember anything.
It came to me in a dream. That's all I know.
Cool. Maybe I'll learn something else in a dream.
I hope so. Peace be unto you.
Mazel tov.
All right. Fractus, what are you up to?
Well, I clearly saw that the gargoyle was smiling at me from...
You did.
I guess I'll go talk to him.
All right. As you step up, he sets down his glass. Howdy, stranger. What are you having? Ah, that was a joke. I know you can't get drunk, but I'm working on that. So, funny thing. I've been trying to perfect the first drink, the very first, that can get a gargoyle plastered. What do you say? You want to give it a try?
What's in it for me?
Aside from the promise of a buzz? I'll tell you what. I'll make it worth your while. You do this, and I'll put in a good word with any of the pubs and shops around, see if we can't get you a discount.
Do the thing.
Sure, why not? I ain't got nothing to lose now.
All right, then. You see him pull out what appears to be an alchemist satchel, rolls it out across the thing, pulls out several very strange and glowing liquids from vials, and begins to pour them in a manner so fast you can't quite keep up with what's going where. Ultimately, what looks more like an alchemical potion than a drink sits before you in a tankard.
I just
You want me to see what's in it?
I just look at it.
Okay, so you're up at the bar as well. Got you.
I just tap the glass. I'm like, I just like, with my pointy fingernail, I just like tap, 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 tap.
What was our healer's name? Monty?
Moderato.
Monty.
Monoretto. I might need you for a minute.
I am at your disposal.
Well, just keep an eye on me. I'll pick up the glass and I look to the bartender and go, here's something.
All right. Make a fortitude save.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. Oh
That's gonna
my.
suck.
Oh, you're
All
gonna
right.
get for snicker.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, these are opposing chairs.
Hold on. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, high or low?
Ah, shit. Here we go again. Hi.
All right. You feel, for the first time in your life, a nice warm buzz. Remember the first time that you drank in your real life? How that hit you with that nice buzzy feeling?
But all over, I'm about to wet myself below.
You definitely not shit-faced, but you are feeling it. Well, he leans forward, eager to hear more.
Yeah, I think you're onto something here. I do have something that feels like a buzz.
Oh, this is the best. 1 second. Can I see that real quick? He pulls it back. Okay. And then he's pointing at it. He's motioning. He's measuring. He's thinking. He stops. He puts it back. Got it. Okay. He mixes again in another tanker. Looks over at the slightly older woman who had been talking to him a moment ago. Mind if I take a break? You've earned it. He steps out from the other side of the bar, sits beside you, toast to you, bottoms up, drinks the whole thing.
Oh boy. Here we go again.
Meanwhile, she steps behind the bar. Rosa, you notice that the lady behind the bar, as well as several other patrons, are giving you a funny look. Suspicious would be the word I would use. She finally breaks the silence. What brings you to town?
Why do you ask?
We don't generally get vampires in these parts. At this point, Moderato places a hand between. I apologize for the confusion. We're here on official order business. She is a member of the Second Chance, not unlike many undead before her, but certainly the first to do so from this order. Ah, I didn't realize this was official business. Well then, what can we do to help?
Well, so apparently, according to your piano player, your stable friend saw something the other night in the fields. Do you know anything about that?
You mean Pharaoh?
Sure.
Oh, he thinks he saw something, and I'm not sure I'd call him a friend. He's certainly no friend to animals.
That's disconcerting.
Was
The way he rides those horses is inhumane. Drives him way too hard, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a madam of a bar. Anyway, he's been raving for a few nights now. Said he saw a horse made of lights galloping across the way. I think he's drunker than a skunk, but it wasn't by my doing. I hardly serve him if I can help it.
a horse made of lights?
I told you it sounded crazy.
Sounds pretty bonkers, but can't be any weirder than the shit I see. Y'all do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna go. Where's the dude again?
Tables.
I think I better go talk to him. Maybe that'll give us some information.
Do you exit the bar?
Yes. Float away.
You
Actually, I want to go through a wall. Can I go through a wall?
absolutely can.
Let's go through a wall. Yeah, I got through the wall.
As you do this, make a quick listen check.
Oh, I didn't hear shite.
Okay. You don't hear what the others do. Oh, on the windows again. Can we clean that?
Yeah, it would have been whopping 6, so I didn't hear shit. You're not any better than the other ones. Come on, dude. Shit.
And now the first dice shaming.
Okay.
Try that.
While all this has been going on, what is Stonefist up to?
Stonefist would like a drink list. And,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
find basically the equivalent to the gargoyle drink there.
Do you want a gargoyle drink?
Okay. So you walk up, you ask her for just that. Well, generally speaking, it's basic ales for basic coin. What do you got?
We ain't got shit.
We should have some gold. Surely they didn't send us out with boo.
Let's find out how much they did send you out with. High or low, Misty? Oh, I apologize. High or low?
High.
All right. 1 second.
I mean, granted, most of us don't need to eat or sleep.
You each have 50 gold on you.
Okay.
Not a terrible lot, just enough to cover expenses.
Better than nothing.
Go ahead and write those down.
Yeah, there is a spot. Actually. This is copper, silver, gold, and I think that's platinum. So you put.
Okay.
Okay.
So at this
How much
point,
is
go ahead.
Yeah, how much is it?
It'd be 5 silver pieces for a basic drink. Gold if you're wanting something fancy. I don't know. Mostly of the beast folk types, I serve old Harwind over there, and he's not too picky. But you tell me, what are you having?
The strongest you have.
You see a hyena-like beastman approach from the corner. So it's strong you're wanting, huh?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you have a drink with me, fella. And if you can survive it, I'll pay for your drink myself.
Okay.
All right, you guys head over to a table.
Is Fractus seeing this, or is he too shit-faced with the...
You're currently busy with the other. You probably notice it out of the corner of your eye at least, but you and the gargoyle are probably talking shop about the business he wants to open to be the very first bartender to cater to gargoyles. He's got designs.
Got a question about the backstory.
Mhm.
Are we tag team partners? Me and Fractus.
They were working
Well,
on
I'm a
that
professional wrestler, so
Well, that's something that could happen along the way.
I was gonna say you guys just met, maybe an hour ago, if that. So yeah.
no
We're not tag
previous
team yet.
time.
We're not
Okay.
tag team champions of the world yet.
It could be possible.
It could be. It could be.
We
100%.
didn't know each other, but came across it.
But absolutely, that's the great thing about playing D&D is that stuff can evolve over time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, your characters. I'm always sassy. There's never a time in my life where I'm not. So my characters are usually the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I get very excited over.
You're gonna
playing
need a
things.
D20.
And this. Come here, Charlie.
So 20 dice.
And while you're at that, let me pull out this guy.
Okay, 12.
12. Okay, what does he got? Is it a fortitude save, baby?
It is a fortitude save.
Fortitude is this one right here, and that's the number you're going to use. So you're going to take the 12 and you're going to add 5 to it. So it's you got a 17.
Okay.
17. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see that.
Oh, rolling table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, and that'll be a 19 for me. Okay. He makes a motion and a nod to the lady at the bar. She has one of the waitresses bring a couple of rather dark-looking ales, set them down in front of you guys. This is a real beastman's drink. The kind they serve to chiefs. Let's see if you can handle it. You both drink up. You said you had a 17?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You seem to hold your own, but he does pack a punch. He seems unfazed.
Oh, shiesta.
Well, you're tougher than you look, cat. Let's see if you can handle another. Again. Oh, natural one. Go ahead, let's see how you
shit,
do.
get drunk.
Yep.
Okay.
Just don't.
Just don't do it. Okay, so you're going to take the 8 plus 5.
13.
Oh boy.
Wow, that escalated quickly and out of control.
Your eyes are blurry. Your hands are shaky.
These weak monsters.
You can barely
You said it, not me.
you can barely notice through your blurred vision
Practice one.
that the hyena in front of you is face down on the table. You are at this point taking a -5 to all skills, attacks, and ability checks for the next little while. You are shit-faced.
So what you can do is let's see what I can do.
Ouch. Well, at least it's better than the other
I
one. He's
guess-
passed the fuck out.
I guess we'll just put it over here because you just put -5 for now, and then eventually it'll wear off, just like being actually drunk. That's why everything's in pencil.
The woman behind the bar notably has her hands on the bar, looks a little tense to you. Can I get you anything to drink?
They're a fear to you.
Don't worry. Just one.
red wine?
White.
White it is. She pours you a glass, and one of her fancier glasses slides it over.
Thank you.
That'll be 5 gold, please. All right. And make sure you're noting those off your totals, guys.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so you would be sitting, about there. These two are over talking at the corner, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As you go to slide the coin over to her, a hand stops you, and 10 gold take its place. You look up to see the young man with pink hair. Oh, allow me. We don't get many pretty faces around here. You notice in the back that the younger, prettier barmaid rolls her eyes. Name's Ivan Ricolto. My father owns this bar. Good to meet somebody with pedigree. Flashes his most winning smile. This kid looks like he's maybe 18. Maybe.
Oh, hey.
You've got underwear older than him. You got undershirts older than his face.
Junior is taking his shot.
Junior is nice.
I look at the barmaid. I'm like,
Oh, okay. She comes over.
I pull her aside and I'm like, I pull her over in the corner. I was like, what's the story on this idiot?
That'd be my boyfriend, Ivan. He thinks he's God's gift to women.
Okay. Is it true that his daddy owned this place?
Oh, it's true.
Okay.
Listen, if you could as a favor, I know that he's rude as hell, but please don't kill him. You know what?
God, they think we're murder hobos or something. Jeez.
That's okay. I won't do that. I was just one to another. Is he annoying to you?
Nothing I can't handle.
Okay. Is he stepping out on you?
Not if he knows what's good for him.
Okay. If he ever does, you come to me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
She goes back to serving the gentleman at the other table with a little more pep in her step.
That good old vampire pep talk.
Kind of like that scene in Vampire Hunter D where he talks to the little brother. Yeah. That's what that reminded me of. That's really good. Alrighty.
Actually reminded me more of like the Dorks Frog Brothers.
Oh, yes, from the Lost Boys?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, my
When they're
goodness.
talking to the brother.
That's hilarious. Copyright infringement all around. All right.
Look at all that. Look at all that copyright infringement. We could swim in it.
All right.
I
So,
haven't started singing anything yet, so I think we're okay.
so far so good, as far as we know. All right, you guys are all making good buddies at the bar. Meanwhile, Kori has decided to...
I have to do it for 12 hours a day. Christ almighty.
What?
I have to be figuring out my
Unfinished business.
unfinished business.
She gotta go follow lights for 12 hours.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
a light, there's a light, there's a light.
Give
Oh,
me a
there's
second here.
No,
There's
the
a light.
Pacific lights in the sky.
Ah, there. Okay.
Oh. Oh, gee, thanks. The Beatles song.
Mm. Nice.
Alrighty. As you approach the stable, Kori,
Mm-hmm.
you see a man with a cowboy hat working a well, kind of chatting as he goes with a slightly overweight man, balding in fancy clothes with a mustache. As you come up, the two of them are chatting. Listen, buddy, if I wanted fairy tales, I'd listen to the piano player. All I need is a horse. No horses in or out until we get this thing captured. I'm telling you, it's a danger to the village.
What's
You
the
bet.
danger to the village?
He looks up. Who might you be, stranger?
Well, the ghost, the piano player at the bar, said you'd seen some kind of strange lights.
Did she? And who might be asking?
Well, I'm part of the fancy ass hats.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, the Alafri dudes.
You're a member of the Church of Ilafri?
Sort of. The Knights of the Second Chance. Yeah.
Oh, this is official business. I wondered if they were going to get around to it. I sent an order in a week ago, I'll tell you what. Not too impressed with their speed, but thank God they at least did something. All right, listen, here's what you need to know. It's a horse, but not like any horse you've ever seen. This thing's made of light, I swear it to Allah free. It's made of light, and it gallops across at midnight. You see it out in the fields to the south, between here and the arrows. I've been trying to track the thing, but anytime I get close, it's like it spooks. It's like I know I'm there, and it just vanishes into the night. The man next to him shakes his head. Don't listen to this nut. He's been out without this hat for too long. He's talking nonsense. Buddy, you need to get off this fairy tale and just sell horses. That's what you're good for. Well, at least I'm good for something. I beg your pardon. I run one of the most respected establishments in this area. You run a bar, mate.
All right, y'all can measure later. Back to the horse light thing. So you said it was where?
To the fields out yonder, between here and the arrows. Shows up about midnight.
Okay. So how long does it last?
I've been watching it. Seen it be there for up to an hour before, but anytime I get close, damn thing spooks and runs away. Vanishes into the night. It's like it just disappears.
Interesting. So it's there from around midnight to 1 a.m.
Maybe longer. I ain't waited any longer than that. I told you, I've been trying to trap the thing.
Why?
Can you imagine a horse made out of light? Imagine the kind of money that'd bring in.
Oh, I see.
I'd be famous. We'd be famous. This town would be even more on the map. I'll tell you what, stranger. You got any ideas that'd help me capture this thing? I split the profits with you.
Friend, I wouldn't sell you a horse if my life depended on it. So, let's just find out what it is before we go making any deals.
Well then, if you find out anything useful, I'll be here.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Where to from here?
Back to the bar to let everybody know what I found out.
Alrighty.
And then I get to be up at midnight.
Yay!
It's not like you sleep anyways.
A true dat.
That is very true.
We.
Back to
She's
Blondie's.
floating.
Yeah, back to Blondie's.
Yay! I get to float through the wall.
Oh, wow, yeah. You
Through the
totally
ceiling,
did.
like a weirdo.
Weirdos.
Nerds! There's your Team 4-star reference for the episode.
All right. Okay, a little time has passed. Stonefist, you're some hours later starting to sober up a little bit.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Hardwind, thoroughly humiliated, did in fact pay your tab as well as for any more drinks that you might need that evening, and is. Did you get it? Nice. Skeeters. He's currently resumed his bouncer duties.
Was proverbial and literal tail between his legs?
Mm-hmm. All right. The bar madam has actually taken off, saying something about going to find her good-for-nothing husband. Cleatus still playing piano as she does. Moderato has remained where he is. Fractus has been continuing to chat up his good buddy, the bartender.
Fractus made a friend.
Meanwhile, as we start getting a little closer to evening time, the waitresses that were there have gone home for the evening, and a couple of others have taken their place. You notice one of them is having abnormally blue hair, and the other one is actually a beast folk of a cat variety. She smiles sultry to Hardwind as she enters.
So Hardwind's this 18-year-old guy?
No, Hardwind would be the guy you were drinking with. He was
The
the
hyena. The
hyena
hyena
you-
you somehow drunk under the table.
Yep.
Ivan is the creepy dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Ivan is Mr. Pinkhair, who incidentally is sitting at a table now with another teenager in town who appears to be dressed like a shepherd. At still another table,
Told you this was a good idea.
one half of the couple that you heard arguing earlier, the male have to be exact, sits talking with a man in a butcher's smock. All right. You guys are all in. What are we doing? Let's go around. This time we'll start with Stonefist. You're still at one
I
table.
want to see what this pink-haired guy's got. Since
Oh.
I'm on a roll as it is.
Oh, okay.
I want to see if Fractus has my back here.
Oh, all right.
So, thinking about challenging him, see what he's got.
Okay, how do we go about this?
Oh, we're gonna start.
Okay, Fractus. I would ask him whether he wants a piece of me or a piece of Fractus.
Okay, so you literally walk up to. All right.
The pink hair
Or if he wants to take both of us on at the
Oh,
same time.
Lawfree. Oh, Lawfree.
I just sit at the bar. I'm like, okay.
I'm just saying, if I need some help, I need you to come in here.
Fractus, you overhear this because they're right near you.
God.
What do you?
What?
They're right
Lawfree
here. You're right
preserve
there.
us.
Lawfree preserve us. I love it.
Art, Stonefist, this is not the time or the place for this.
I firmly
Okay.
disagree. You hear a voice call from
Here
the
it goes.
doorway. 1 second.
Oh, Lawfree preserve us. I mean, he'd be the one. I'd be the one to say it.
I would-
Walking through, Kori.
Hey! Asshole, get back here! What you thinking? Just 'cause I'm a ghost, you can walk through me, jackass! You wait, I'll get corporeal, kick your ass.
Man.
A figure, a
Somebody better hold me back and figure it out.
She doesn't need any alcohol.
This appears to be some kind of cat variety, beast man, with a tusk-like tooth coming up on one side and shoulder-length red hair.
Goku,
He's dressed in a more tribal regard.
Jugo.
He looks back to you, sneers his tooth out. Not my fault you're not made of stronger stuff.
You
He
get
walks
back
on.
here, I'll bite your ass.
Places a hand on Stonefist's shoulder. You must think you're pretty tough, stranger.
I hope you got ectoplasm.
I don't think I am. I know I am.
Oh, just
Well, that makes two of us.
Okay.
So if it's a challenge you're looking for, I'll tell you what.
I don't want to mess with the little beast.
You're the one opening your mouth.
Tell you what. He points over at the cat lady who's been waiting on your table for the last little bit. That one there, she don't belong. She don't belong in this town, you see. That's why I'm here. And that's why I'm gonna make a deal to bring her back where she does belong. Tell you what, fella. You and me outside. Best 2 out of 3. I pin your hairy ass. I take her back to the tribe where she's from. At this point, the hyena steps up between. He doesn't speak for us, and you're not welcome here. That a fact. He steps back, hands up. I can take a hint, but I can also issue an ultimatum. It's like this, folks. I'll be back with my posse tomorrow at noon. You have her ready, or this bar ain't gonna look the same as it does now. Do you understand? He walks out.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. You actually block him this time.
Darn right I do, because I'm corporeal. Because I can go corporeal.
Cool. What are we doing?
I'm gonna punch him in the goddamn face, motherfucker.
Roll to attack.
Step through me, jackass. Wah!
What's your to hit?
I don't remember.
I'm assuming an unarmed attack.
I'm gonna punch him in the damn face. Trying to
Goku,
remember
you're gonna
what.
get punched in the face.
Trying to remember what I gotta add to it. Good Lord, it's been a minute.
It'd be for a normal. It'd be your strength unless you have weapon finesse.
Honey, I don't have nada. We didn't do that for when I'm actually.
No, you have feats. Your feat is manifest, which is the one that allows you to go to 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on.
It's literally an unarmed punch.
Yeah, it'd be the 11 that you rolled.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
It may feel like a fly on his face, but by God, don't.
He 100% dodges it, rolls to the side of you, laughs on his way out.
She chases after him.
As you get out, a sight stops you cold. He wasn't bluffing. Outside, there are about 6 others on horseback. He gets on a horse and they ride off.
Oh,
You're dealing with a gang.
Hey, friends.
What'd you do now?
I didn't. Chucklehead did. He weren't shitting. There's 6 of these sumbitches.
I looked at the gargoyle I've been talking to. You been a problem before?
First time I've seen him.
Well, it sounds like he's a problem now.
Yep. Well, you're Order of the Second Chance, aren't you? What are you going to do about it?
Kick their ass!
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Walk through, you bastard. But first, before we kick their asses, I gotta go do a thing.
What thing?
I gotta go.
This was about the light things you see?
Yeah, well, more like the light thing.
About that time, a couple walks in. The man who you remember from the stable earlier,
Mhm.
not the stable owner, but the other guy.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Missy. as he brushes past. She walks in behind the one who went off to go find her no-good husband.
Oh.
Howdy, folks. What'd we miss?
Well,
Fractus motions them over. As the man walks over, he whispers in his ear. Oh, that is serious. Well, nothing to worry about, folks. The Order of the Second Chance is here, after all. And naturally, they'll do what they do best and protect us. Everybody raises a drink and cheers. And naturally, we'll be happy to put you up for the night for your trouble.
yeah, but I don't have to sleep.
Still.
Okay. I gotta go sit out in the field. Watch for the great pumpkin.
It's the great ghost horse.
You got a rock.
I am a rock!
I go find a local farm.
Okay. All right. So you are headed off that way. Good to know.
I
All right.
actually go. Where are you going?
I go find a local barn.
Okay. So that's what you tell them, is that you're going to find a local barn?
Yeah.
Monty, I think we need to have a talk with her.
Oh, the
That's
cleric.
what he's calling
Yeah.
him.
Oh!
He's calling him Monty.
Oh yeah,
He looks up. Oh, me? I'm Monty. Oh,
Yes, sorry.
it's Moderato actually, but I understand.
You're Monty now.
You're Monty now.
Could we speak privately?
Yeah, probably for the best.
Okay, so you guys all step outside.
What's wrong? Is there a bounty on my head?
Correct me if I'm wrong, miss, but might you by chance be looking to take care of your thirst in a
Non-civilized
less
manner.
unethically predatory way? Perhaps with livestock?
Yes.
Right, so
There's laws about this.
pretty severe ones, I'm afraid. If it is a livestock you need, we're going to have to make some kind of deal to have ownership of said livestock. Elsewise, it might be looked at as theft.
And you're already kind of on thin ice as it is.
Right.
There's a butcher down the street. They might have, they do fresh butchers.
What luck, I think I saw him inside. Yes, in fact, I'm sure of it. He was inside talking to that other guy. The one with the pig.
Yeah. Well, looks like we gotta go talk to a butcher.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Who's doing the talking?
I'll let you handle that.
Okay, if you're sure.
I trust you.
I'll stay outside, I guess.
No, you come with us.
Well, I'm liable to go into a rage.
You'll be fine.
Blood rage.
You'll be fine.
Alright, so Moderato walks up to the butcher. Pardon me, sir, I know it's late, but, we haven't eaten very well, and, my companion here has particular taste. Is there any chance that we would be able to buy one of your rarest steaks? He looks up, looks at her. Oh. Well, I think we could work something out. I'm pretty sure I've got something back in the deep freeze. You got a couple gold?
Fractus pulls a couple. How much you thinking?
Well, considering the risk involved, what with your companion's nature and all, I'd say two gold would be sufficient.
Set two go down on the table in front of him.
Yep, that'd do it. Alrighty, give me just a minute and I'll deliver it direct. I know you're staying here tonight.
All right, thank you.
And he takes off. Make a spot check there, Squishy.
Nine. 12.
Well, okay. Even with that, you would notice the other man at the table has been watching you the entire time. Unlike the others who seem more afraid, he seems intent, as if he is directly focusing, perhaps like he's getting ready to ask you something.
I went with them
Well,
You're back inside now.
at the bar.
Yeah.
in the bar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Incidentally, this was one of the two, the couple that you heard arguing earlier.
Mhm. More intent. Like, what does he look like?
What does he look like? He's a tall, relatively good-looking man in a green shirt and tan pants. Looks like a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Has a beard.
Mm. He's
Kind of got that Russell Crowe look to him.
Okay, and he's looking at me.
He is.
I'm like staring at him.
Stare him right back.
Mm-hmm.
Clears his throat. Pardon me, ma'am. Could I speak with you privately?
If you have something to say, well, you can come over here and say it to me.
I'd rather it just be between us.
Okay. Where do you want to talk?
He steps outside with you.
Okay, I go outside with him.
All right. Yep, sure enough. Okay. This is really hard for me to say, but it needs to be said. My old man, he's, well, not my old man, he's my wife's old man. He's my pain in the ass. And he's on his last leg, I'm afraid. Problem is, he's too stubborn to admit it. It's been a considerable hardship on our finances. Trying to keep up our farm is hard enough, let alone his dying crops. Say nothing of his failing general store. My wife, the law for rest her soul, she's too sentimental. She's got no business sense about her. She can't see the plainly obvious. He's got to go. I know what you are. I know what you do. And I know you can do it quietly. I can't directly ask you, but it'd be a considerable kindness to my wife and I if he wasn't a problem anymore. If you consider it, I can scrounge some coin up and make it worth your while. That's all I gotta say.
What does your wife say about this?
Like I said, she's sentimental. It's her old man. Can you blame her? But, family's one thing, but it won't put food on the table. I don't want to starve this winter, and I don't want her to starve. I'm just trying to think of what's best for her.
Where's Fractus?
I'm back inside.
I go back inside. I tell Fractus what's going on.
Okay.
Right at the table.
Mm-hmm.
You actually say it right out in front. Are you
Oh,
sure?
I wouldn't do that.
Nope.
I pull Fractus aside and tell him.
Okay, so you guys speak quietly on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. What do I do?
Well, personally, that's not your place.
Okay.
Excuse me a second. Moderato steps up to the two of you. Is there anything I can do to help? You guys say
Out of character, do we have, since the guy said he's putting us up for the night, do we all have our room keys?
Should have a room.
Yeah,
for that.
absolutely.
I think so.
Well, I will take...
Actually, there'll be rooms outside that you guys will be bunking in, some of the outside rooms, but yes.
Okay. So I will take Monty and Rosa out to where we will be sleeping, effectively.
Okay.
And
You
I
will,
shut the door behind us.
Hang on just a second. Let me see who's...
Alright.
Right. Oh, perfect. Yes, yeah. She's willing to give that up for the night because she, in fact, is working. All right, perfect. All right. Oop, wrong one, sorry. I've placed everybody in kind of a weird... Okay, hang on a second here. This is where we run into this, folks.
First session jitters. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Okay. Set these guys over here for now. All right. There's you, and you. All right. So you guys are in there.
Yep. I shut the door behind us. Make sure nobody's out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell Monty what's going on.
Okay. Well, it seems our problems keep escalating, don't they?
Yeah.
And he's going home. It occurs to me that we did see an old man in one of the farms nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Might that be the father-in-law they were talking about?
Most likely.
Well, obviously we're not killers for hire.
Nope.
But it is our job as members of the Order to protect the populace.
Yeah. Which is why I'm asking you on your opinion on this. I've dealt with too many of her kind. No offense. I know how this can get. It starts with one. Pretty soon an entire town is slaughtered.
Yeah. Obviously, the man in question is unable to do the deed himself, but I come from a small town, and I understand how small town drama can get. Sooner or later, if the tensions are that great, it's going to escalate to violence. Perhaps we should check in on him.
Sounds like an idea. You and me? Because I can't imagine an old man seeing a vampire walking up to his doorstep would do any good favors for him.
It might, in fact, give him the heart attack this other guy's looking for. All right, we'll go and check then.
Very well.
All right. Okay. We'll be going back to our external map here.
To the back cave.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Whee! One of these times where you feel like you want to have some travel music. That's the place. Yep, sure enough.
So it's official. Belladani's our official jukebox.
Love it. All
Well
right.
done.
She's a ghost and a jukebox.
Jamie!
Okay. One moment, the NPCs are loading. Okay, so it's Fractus and Moderato that we're checking in.
Yep.
All right.
I should be out there somewhere.
As you walk out. Mind you, this is the middle of the night now. So we're getting out there. Yeah, you are probably on your way out to the field elsewhere.
For the great pumpkin.
Yep.
Great
Incidentally, did you go out alone or take anybody with you?
I went out by myself.
Okay, good to know. Alrighty. As you two come
I
up,
have no.
you see a strange sight that should not, in fact, be there. There is a figure outside, all right, but the figure appears to be crumpled over near their porch.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Do you go up to investigate?
Come on, Monty. Something's not right here.
Indeed. As you approach, you find, unfortunately, the body of an old man. He has a deep gash wound in his chest. It appears to have been made with a bladed instrument.
Looks like the old man got stabbed.
Moderato kneels near the old man's body, begins running his hands over. After a moment, he says, "This wasn't a stab. This was a chop."
Like an axe?
It's possible.
I don't like this.
Murder does not bode well our first night in this village.
No, it doesn't.
Well, Knight, what do you suggest?
Well, at the very least, we need to search around, see if we can find any clues of any sort of foul play otherwise.
All right. Perhaps we should grab some others? It's not as if there's anyone here to scare.
True. I'm sure Stonefist is probably bored at the bar by now.
More to the point, we might want to let someone know.
Yep. Well, you know, one person will be happy about it. The other one, not so much.
Yeah. Their farm was just across the way.
Let's go check.
All right.
There's a murder and doings that transpired.
There's been a murder.
Murder most foul.
Can't wait to see Jesus.
No, Allah free.
Yeah, this will be it.
We went to see Allah free.
That's right. You'll offer not Jesus of the not Catholic Church.
What do you say about that?
Good.
All right. This would be their farm.
Oh, I forgot my travel.
Oh.
You're good.
As you guys are coming down the way...
Mm-hmm.
1 second, please. Gotta find people here. Get a little scattered. There he is. Okay. As you guys are coming up the way... Oh, wow. I've got that way zoomed out. 1 second. There we go. You run into the same guy that had spoken with Rosza earlier. However, he's coming from the opposite way.
So he's coming from their house?
He's actually coming from the bar. Which is completely on the other side from where you guys were. Excuse me, this is my house. What business do you have here?
Well, we just came from the other farm, and apparently somebody's been killed with an axe, it looks like.
Excuse me, what other farm?
Right across the way.
You're talking about my father-in-law. No.
Mm-hmm.
An axe, you say?
Some sort of bladed weapon.
I have reason to believe it was an axe.
How so?
This is moderated, incidentally. Well, you see, the manner of the blow is consistent with a swing as opposed to a stab. If it was a knife, there'd be a clear entry wound to reflect that. This was a clear graze across. It appears to have disemboweled the victim. Wait, stop. You're saying my father is dead. Oh. And with an axe. An axe. Well, there's only one person that could be.
Who's that?
It's got to be Fabrice. He's the one that used to be a lumberjack. He's been back for 2 months or so. He hadn't been the same since he came back from the logging camp, though. He's been distant, sullen. Something ain't right with him. I put money on it. It's got to be him.
By the way, we do know about the little conversation you had with our vampire friend.
I see.
I'm just letting you be aware of this. We're not murderers for hire. Although I do understand your plight.
Well, that's over now. The important thing is to find justice for his murder. I never got along well with Ulysses, but if it was going to happen, I wanted it to be quick and easy for him. This was not quick and easy.
Would this man have any reason to be aggressive to your former father-in-law?
Iloffer knows what the man's thinking. He ain't been right in the head since he came back. He just sits on that porch all day, gazing off into the sun. His wife does all the work around there. I swear to God, she's plumb terrified of him. And to say nothing of his son, he spends all his time up at the church, reading up on God knows what, says something about being prepared.
I look back to Monty. Would he still be at the church, do you think?
A child this time of night? God, I hope not.
Well, we better go check just to make sure.
You can't miss his farm. It's the one with the wood piles out front.
Yep. Alright, so me and Monty turn back around.
Okay. Excuse me, the man says. Lambert, by the way. I've got to go let my wife know the terrible news.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So he walks away.
He walks back to his house.
Yeah. I look to Monty and go, what do you think?
I think it's awfully convenient that his father-in-law is dead.
Yeah.
That being said, if there is any truth to this other rumor, we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Alright then. What do you suggest?
Well, let's go check the church, see if the kid's still there. If the kid is there, we've got bigger problems on our hands.
Alright.
That at the very least, we should let Rosza know what's going on.
The bar is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
Intro music.
Yes. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this, but as you guys are coming back into town, the spirit barrier glows particularly bright at night. Now, for those of you who know your history, this was created during the first vampire invasion by spirits who had just begun to manifest through the Doors of Altrove, and it effectively drove the vampire menace out in the first place, hedging out the dead from the living. Well, other than ghosts, who of course have lived there ever since, and really been worshipped as ancestor spirits. Alright, going into the church. We will get back to that. In the meantime, Kori
Meanwhile,
has made her way
back at the
out into the fields. Right where she was told.
just float me. Because by now I've long since become incorporeal.
She can see Aeros in the distance. The river is behind her.
Well, I hope that stupid man isn't wrong.
Full of shit.
That too.
Well, I can
Seems
always
like a place.
I can always disembowel him.
You're not there.
Oh,
She's by herself.
incidentally, when she walked out, did you choose to go after her?
No, because she was with them.
Was.
She
They
was
left
with
her
them.
back.
Oh no, I pieced out before
Okay.
she had
Yeah,
the
you pieced
conversation
out.
with the dude.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
True. So she would have been the
So
first
she,
one out.
yeah.
Good
this
to
is
know.
our character.
Right. Right.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say no.
No,
Alright,
you wouldn't.
1 second.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been anywhere near.
Yeah, she's in the middle of nowhere by herself.
Do her by the self things. Okay, there she is.
Been by
Give me a
herself
moment.
Going by outside by herself things.
All alone. There's no one here beside me.
Well, of course not, because you're a ghost.
I'm dead.
Oh my goodness.
Touch him. You guys also might want to check on Mr. Punch Happy over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going back to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, my character's not Punch Happy. Mostly only when people walk through, because that is just wooed. That is just
yes.
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful to your ancestor.
Mostly me.
Okay.
Ancestors are still dead. I think.
All right. It is approaching midnight. You are, in fact, waiting out in the field.
Come on. Oh, come on.
It is a pretty open field. There's no landmarks or anything to hide behind anywhere nearby. So you're just kind of waiting out in the open?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, she just sort of figures it's some kind of trick of the light, or it's
Yeah,
somebody
buddy.
playing a prank. So she's not got any reason to hide. I mean, she's a flipping ghost. What are they gonna do to her?
That makes sense.
Paul seems to think differently.
Well, Mr. Apollo, your opinion doesn't count.
Okay.
He was protesting that there was something in his space.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Seems like a very Apollo thing to do.
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. I've got to
How
pull me
dare
out
you
of...
leave things in my space where they can touch me and I won't touch
There we go. Oh, there's one about the other one. Right. All right. Okay. Bill Dandy, roll a spot check.
it.
Do your ghosty eyeballs work? Yes, sir. We'll find out today.
On
By
Dragon
the
Ball
gods, they
Z.
do.
Should.
Okay, so it's a wisdom.
So that's 16.
16. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So as the moon hangs high overhead, you see a light glimmer in the distance. A large shape. Something moving forward in a way that a human would not. As it comes up over a hill, you can more accurately make out the shape of it. It appears to be a horse, all right. Made of light waves that flow up toward the sky like water.
Well, I'll be damned. The idiot wasn't kidding.
Make a wisdom check.
So another 16.
Okay. As you see the horse-like figure, something flashes through your mind. a vision, a memory. You see a maiden riding upon a horse, this horse, riding from town to town as an unimaginable storm of light envelops the scenery behind her. You feel yourself out of breath, sweating as humans do, bleeding as humans do, burning as creatures of flesh and blood do. For the first time you can remember, you remember what it is to reach a village so out of breath that you don't think you'll ever get up again. To find the strength to tell them that the storm is coming, and then to ride on, you and your horse, your only companion left, until at the very last village, you fall from your horse, the horse collapsing behind you, the village gathering round as you breathe your last. A name plays on the edge of your tongue, a distant memory flickering.
Rufus.
The horse snorts. It stops looking at you and slowly approaches.
Rufus?
As it gallops your way, it suddenly stops and rears up as a net you didn't see, glowing with light, rears up over it from the ground.
What the hell?
Pulling up from the brush, carefully concealed. Yeah, I got it!
Listen here, son of a bitch! That's
You didn't-
my horse!
I don't see a deed.
That's my horse!
You had your chance. Now I get the full profit.
Shit scared out of me. I am going to use my Banshee's keening,
Okay.
because this would be the first time that she would actually...
Be pissed enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Alrighty. Do I need to roll anything? I think that's a will save, if I remember
It
correctly.
is.
Okay. You got the DC in mind?
It is... Let's see. The DC is 10 plus whatever my ranks are in seeing, which is 17.
Probably screwed.
That boy be
That'd be a 14 plus what is his will save bonus?
Apollo,
Apollo, are you the keeper of the book there? Thanks, buddy.
He's the bookkeeper. Bookkeeper Apollo.
All right. How much was it total?
17.
17, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay. High or low?
Let's do low.
Okay. He steps back, clearly shaking in his boots, but still holding on to the reins. You don't scare me, spirit. I've dealt with strange things all my life, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna keep one from making me a rich man.
My ass.
From the bar, as you two approach, you hear an unearthly wail, as if the sound of a woman screaming in pain echoing in your mind.
Sounds like we got trouble.
Let's hurry.
We take off.
Rosza, Stonefist, you can hear the very same sound from inside the bar. It's clearly coming from out in the fields outside.
I run over.
Okay.
I am going to do one of my spells.
Stonefist, what are you up to?
I wanted to talk to the guy that actually I beat in the drinking contest. And
Oh,
see
okay.
About the posse that was going to come back tomorrow.
Okay, so we will segue back to that in just a moment. Okay. All right, it'll be a little bit before they can make it over
Yeah.
because they've got
I'm gonna try to use the spell lullaby
lullaby.
on
Okay.
him.
Alrighty.
It's a will save.
Usually it'll be your charisma plus the spell level plus 10.
Because I'm not sure.
Yeah,
The range
it's a
is
0
well
level,
within
so
range.
it'll be your charisma plus 10.
Okay, so my charisma is actually pretty good. It's a 13.
13, you said?
Yep.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he does not make that. Okay, so what does this do?
Puts him to sleep.
Oh,
He
okay.
just knocked his ass out.
All right, he's out.
Yeah, it's
The horse, Rufus, is still struggling with the reins.
she's gonna go up and try to get a hold of him and calm him down.
Okay, that'll be a handle animal check.
I have that. Now I have ride.
You probably did.
Yes, I did. There it is. There. 8 and 7 is 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see the PHB real quick. Let's see how we're coming up there. Been a minute since I've utilized handle animal.
Yeah, this just has spells. It doesn't have skills.
It's alright. All right. How much did you say you had?
17.
17? Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 15.
Oh, okay.
17 was the other thing.
Okay. I would say this would figure into a stay check, which you definitely met the DC for that.
Awesome.
Likewise down, yes, which causes them to back off combat. Okay, so yes, you have calmed the horse.
It's okay, Rufus. It's okay. Calm
About
down.
that time, the other 4 arrive. Rosza, Fractus, Moderato, and oh, I apologize. Rosza, Fractus, and Moderato. The other 3 arrive. Excuse me.
Hey, guys. Meet Rufus.
Rufus.
You
My
see
horse.
her with a ghostly horse.
Oh, so the guy wasn't completely full of shit.
No, the dumbass is over there. Stupid bastard.
What?
I kind of poke him. I'm like, what'd you do to him?
Put his dumbass to sleep. He tried to steal my horse.
Well, it doesn't technically break any laws.
No, he's still conscious.
He's not dead yet.
Keyword.
Making that word.
Okay, out of character, did I ever get my blood?
Oh, yes. I
Yeah,
apologize. The
that would've been
butcher came back sometime after that and did get you your raw meat.
Nom, nom,
You've
nom,
been
nom.
sated for the evening.
Okay.
All right. So, what are you doing with Rufus now?
I'm actually going to try to get on his back.
Okay.
And ride him.
That'll be a ride check. Or I should say a handle animal to ride. I know what the DC is for that, so go ahead and roll.
The kitten is playing with a pair of vampire teeth on the floor.
Yay.
I don't think I'm going to have a problem because that's an 18 alone and then add 7 to that.
You're good. Yeah.
So 25.
You very easily
I
mount the
Rufus,
horse.
away!
I don't know if we'll be able to balance this on here. We're going to find out in a
I
minute.
don't think so. But...
I didn't think we got that far ahead.
Well,
That's
we
all right.
did, but
Okay.
not exactly.
We will definitely be creating a horse riding miniature for you for times like this. All right. Well, good job. You have rescued and gained yourself a new friend.
Yay, Rufus! I'll also fill everyone in on what I saw, basically telling them that apparently I Rufus and I died about the same time during the Void Storm, and it seems like whoever I was telling people that they needed to get away from it, and I died doing that, I guess.
You hear a gasp, and you realize it's from Moderato. He walks forward, and though unsuccessful, attempts to take your hand. He actually kneels down. Lady, we are forever in your debt. I know who you are.
You know who I am?
The Maid of Eros. According to the story, when the Void Storm first came about, it was so fast that most people didn't even realize it was happening. That's why so many were caught unaware and turned into beast folk. One maiden from Eros made it her business to ride from town to town, warning any who would listen of the coming danger. As such, many got inside and were saved. It is because of her that humanity survived.
So it was your business.
Apparently, I decided it was so.
No wonder the diviners chose you. You're a hero.
I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost
I
hero.
was a hero. Maybe?
I firmly believe that the spirits are here to help us. That just as we give these monsters a second chance, no offense, that the spirits,
Oh wait.
so too,
Oh, wait a minute.
are here
She's not
to
here.
finish some sort of business.
Oh no, she is here. Okay.
This is a new life. You can be a hero here too.
2 heroes for the price of 1.
Okay. I mean,
Speaking of which, we have something to tell you as well.
okay.
There's been a murder in town.
Out in the farms, actually.
Somebody got murdered?
Well, 2 very strange things happened in a row. One half of that couple we saw arguing earlier approached Rosza privately and asked her to essentially put his father-in-law out of his misery.
He did it.
Possibly. There's one hitch, though. The entry wound appears to have been made with an axe, and according to Lambert, our prime suspect, another gentleman in town, a former logger, also is a lumberjack. As such, he has access. He has means. As for motive, all we know is that he's been strange since he came back into town. But Lambert has clear motive too. He wanted his father-in-law dead in order to save him and his wife money.
Sounds like a right dickhead. Can I take a look at this wound? I've had a fair bit of looking at other ghosts' wounds. It's kind of interesting. Sorry. Can I check it out? Maybe I can see something?
Of course, if you want to. But perhaps we should check in on Stonefist. Has anyone seen him recently? Also, Fractus and I wanted to check in on the child of the logger, who I understand may or may not be in the church this time of night.
Wow, kid at church? Weird.
According to Lambert, at least, he spends a lot of time there looking up information which he only says is to be prepared.
I'll go to the church.
That's where me and Monty were heading before we heard that scream. By the way, was that you?
Hey, I don't know exactly what happened, but I got real mad when he, and I don't know, screamed at him.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't I go with Rosza to the church, and you two go to check on the body of the old man?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And you two might want to swing by and check on